Hello everyone and welcome to the Harrison Turpett Motorsport YouTube channel, where we're going to look at the confirmed and the hinted drivers for the 2025 F3 grid. Now, some of these are confirmed and have been announced by the teams in F3, where some of them are more guesses because these drivers drove with them in the F3 testing days in Spain last week. Let's get straight into it with Prema. They have all their three drivers confirmed, with two of them McLaren Juniors, Ugo Ogochukwu and Brando Badua. Both these guys were racing in Formula Regional last year, but one of them better than the other. Brando Badua, he came 5th in Formula Regional, which is an alright result for the 18-year-old, but Ugo Ogochukwu, a year younger, 17, he didn't do as good and only got 14th. He was spread across a lot of series last year, including like GB3 and some other ones, so I think it was maybe spread to a little bit too thin. And we know he's got a lot of promise, and McLaren's seen a lot in him. So it'd be interesting if this step up comes at the right time. I could have seen him do like another year down in the Formula Regional, kind of get near the top end of the points, kind of cement his place as a top and up and coming rookie before he kind of makes a step up. So it'd be interesting to see if he can keep up with Brando and Noel Leon, who's the other confirmed driver. He comes from one of the other F3 teams after coming 10th last year in F3, which is really good because of the team he was with, not many people thought would do well. So him stepping up to Prema, he's got a good shot at the title. There aren't many kind of returning drivers. I think there's only like 10 maximum returning from the testing anyway that we were seeing. So Noel is in a great spot to clinch the title for next year in this Prema team, who we know are strong with Mini and Fornaroli and Lindblad last year. Now, next up we have ART Motorsport, and they have three confirmed drivers as well. This is Laurens van Hoopen, Tuka Toponen, and James Wharton. Now, Laurens van Hoopen, he's sticking with the team for a second season after coming 13th last year. I think he'll be starting to do a bit better. Like I mentioned before, there's not a lot of returning drivers, only 10 maximum, I think. So, a lot of rookies in the series, and he'll be hoping that in the early part of the season, he can clinch a lot of those kind of podium finishes and work his way for that title. The other two drivers, both very kind of prominent and well thought of drivers, second and third in Formula Regional European this year, with Tuka Toponen, the young Finnish driver, 17 years old, leaving Ferrari but joining ART. I think he's got a lot of potential. I think he'll do well, maybe spending a year or two in the series. James Wharton, he came in last year for a bit, and he came second in Formula Regional European. The races that he did come in for F3, I think it was the British Grand Prix, he did a very solid job. So I think that kind of proved his merit and showed that he can perform at this level. So yeah, I think this lineup together is solid. Well done, ART. You've got two of the best up-and-coming drivers. Congrats. Now we have Campos with Mary Boyer, Tasanapo, and Tafuzak confirmed. Both these guys confirmed by their Instagram. So yeah, Mary Boyer, Spanish guy, staying with Campos Racing after coming 15th last year, so not as good as he was hoping to do. I think he won the Spanish F4 a few years ago, so he'll definitely be looking to do better. Whereas Tasanapo and Tafuzak, he joins from PHM Racing, and I think he did an alright job. He came 24th in the series, which is okay given how everyone expected him, or like not him, but PHM AX, whatever they're called, to do. He wasn't as good as Nikita Bedrin, who I think will probably make the jump up to that F2 team. But yeah, it's a good switch for Tassanapol, and hopefully he does well here at Campos. The other one, I'm not sure about. I put in Nicholas Solov, because he did one of the days racing in the F3 with the other driver who did the other day. He seemed like a paid driver. He doesn't have a lot of pedigree behind him, unlike Nicholas Solov, who has a lot of kind of history. So hopefully Nicholas Solov gets a nod, stays with that team for another year after coming 11th in Formula 3 last year. So I think he deserves to stay there. Maybe he's kind of keeping his tabs open in case he gets that switch up to F2. That's probably what he's doing. But if the seats aren't available, I'm sure another year, a third year in F3 isn't too bad. So yeah, Mary Boyer is also on his 3rd year, whereas Statanopol is on his 2nd year. So it's a very interesting lineup, but I think Nicola, even though he's on his 3rd year, or could be on his 3rd year, he's only 17 still, so it's alright. It's right by me. Now we have Hightech, with 2 more confirmed drivers, Gerard Zay, Martinius Senshorn. Now look, both these guys are okay. Gerard Z was in GB3 last year and came 7th, which is okay, but I think a lot of the drivers coming out of GB3 have struggled from what we've seen, and maybe unlike Callum Voisin, maybe that's because of the teams that they're going into, Hightech, Roden, these British teams, haven't done as well as the other F3 teams have with this kind of last season or two. So hopefully they'll change it up and Gerard Z can have a good car, but yeah, he wasn't great last year in GB3. He was a good driver, but he wasn't near the top end. He wasn't in like the top 4 competing for the title. But in Stenshorn, he got that McLaren deal, and he has actually been dropped by McLaren. So I think that's over for now. But yeah, second year of F2, staying with the team, fine by me. I mean, us coming 18th in F3 last year, we're definitely looking to do better. I'm not sure if we will. It's a very compact, tight-knit racing series with a lot of new champions coming in. And then Joshua Dufek, who joins from PHM Racing for the testing period. He's not confirmed, but he's joined from the testing. So maybe you can see that switch, because he did okay last year. He came 28th, but that car did struggle. So it'll be interesting to see what he can do in another team in the same series. So good luck to you, Joshua. Next up, we have MP Motorsport. This is the first team with no confirmed drivers, but these drivers all competed at the testing days. And that's Tim Tramnitz, Bruno Dalpino, and Alessandro Gusti. Now, 2 of these guys are affiliated drivers to F1 teams. Tim Tramnitz, everyone knows, is with Red Bull, and Alessandro Gusti is with Williams. Now, Tim, I think he'll be looking to get an F2 seat. He came 9th last year, which is a solid job. So we can definitely see him getting promoted. But if he doesn't, there's a spot for him at MP, surely. Bruno Dalpino, he came 3rd in Eurocup. So I think, yeah, he's fine. It's a good option. I don't really know much about him. I don't watch Eurocup, but he seems okay. Moving on, staying with the MVP team he competed for in Eurocup, so it makes sense if they think that he has the quality to kind of remain with the team and make that step up to F3. Then Alessandro Gusti, he came 4th in Formula Regional last year. So we saw Brandon Badua, who came 5th above him. Took his opponent, James Wharton. So all those guys in like the top 10 are all making that step up from Formula Regional European to F3. And I like to see that kind of roll over and get these new young drivers in. So I'm happy with Alessandro Gusti's likely promotion. It's not confirmed yet, but if you're testing for them, you must have some kind of connection. So hopefully he joins them. Then we have VAR. We have John Bennett, Ivan Dominguez, and Theophile Nail. John Bennett, 2nd in GB3 last year to Louis Sharp, who's coming up later in the video, confirmed. He's okay. I think it's a solid drive. He's 21, so one of the older drivers on the grid. I think maybe the oldest, apart from 2 other drivers who are both considerably older. So it's an interesting kind of step for him. But we've seen other drivers like that Williams driver from this year do really well. I think he was competing for the title for a lot of the year. So maybe John Bennett will come in, have a kind of experience, and put in a solid job. Ivan Dominguez, he comes in from Formula Regional European. He got 9th there, so it's an okay jump up if he does make the jump up, as he did test with them. And Theophile now, he joins from Formula Regional European, coming 11th. So not in the top 10, just missing out. But he is only 17, so a year younger than Ivan Dominguez, who's 18. And alright lineup, I think it's nothing special, but they all seem to have some pedigree about them. So it's fine with me. Now we have Roden Motorsport, and these guys, their testing guys, were all rookies. Not only rookies, but championship winning rookies from this year. Louis Sharp, who is 17, won GB3. Then you have Freddie Slater, not confirmed yet, but did test. He won Italian F4, he's 16. Then you have Roman Belinsky, who won Formula Regional Oceania. Not the most prestigious championship, but a win's a win. A win's a win. So 3 champions, all rookies, kind of. I think Roman Belinsky's had some experience, but full-time drive, nothing there. Louis Sharp, Freddie Slater, both great drivers. So if they can secure Freddie Slater as well as Louis Sharp, who they've already secured, that would be a steal. I think offering him a Freddie an F3 seat straight away without having that kind of Formula Regional or GB3 kind of gap is a great. I think it's a safe bet. Everyone knows how good Freddie Slater is. Every single F1 team wants him in their program, but he doesn't need the money yet. He's like, okay, I'm fine. I'll just sit where I am, go through the series, prove how good I am by winning hit series left and right, and then make my mind up when I get to F1. And that's fair enough. But I think Roden Cars had a terrible season last year. They were probably one of the worst teams last year, which is annoying because I'm from New Zealand and I love to back them because they're a New Zealand team. But yeah, it didn't work out, so hopefully they can provide these drivers with a better car. Then we have PHM Racing and a whole new lineup that's looking like for them. You have Javier Sangria, Niels Coulin, we all know him from F2, and Jose Garfias. Now, Javier Sangria, he came first in the Euro Cup last year, so he kind of knows Bruno Del Pino, who's driving for MP Motorsport or is linked to them. Obviously, none of these guys are actually confirmed yet. They're all linked, but they tested for them, so surely one of them has to be right. Javier, I think, is an okay option. He's 20, so a bit older. Niels Coulin, 23. Jose Cafias is 19. So these guys, I think Niels and Jose both smell a bit like a pay driver. But when you are AX Racing, I think you kind of take that. What they did in F2 was they got 2 pay drivers in, or drivers that would pay a bit more, and upgrade the car and put the money back into the team to put some good performances in there and boost the team kind of their prestige, so that when drivers come in like a year or two, they think, AX, I'm an alright driver, I'll go there. Like these guys like Freddie Slater and Brenda Badua and these guys who have come off good seasons will want to go to PHM like they want to go to Prema and Trident and Campos, you know. So I understand it a little bit. I think they're going to have a rough season at the back, especially kind of given these guys previous competition. Niels Coulin hasn't scored a point in any series he's competed in, so it's going to be rough. Yeah, good luck to them anyway. And now we have Dams. This wasn't confirmed yet by the time testing took place, but nonetheless, here are the 3 drivers that tested for the 10th team on the grid at that stage, and it was Nicola Lacorte, Christian Ho, and Matthias Zegazeta. I think Matthias will definitely stay in F3. He came 25th last year, which is okay, so I think he needs another year, but he's only 2021. It's probably looking like it's a last opportunity, unless he coughs up some more money, to stay in F3. So good luck to him. Christian Ho, he came 2nd in Eurocup 3, and that kind of shows that Eurocup is becoming more of a pathway to join F3 as well, with both 1st, 2nd and 3rd all being testing for the F3 teams. Now Nicola Lacorte came 21st in Formula Regional European. He's an Alpine driver. I don't know what the connection is there in terms of what they kind of have him in their championship, like F1 team affiliated drivers pool, because he hasn't shown he's been great. He's still 17, so he's quite young. But they obviously see something in him to put him in testing anyway for an F3 team with Dams, Lucas Oil. And last up, we have the Trident team. Now these guys, all 3 confirmed. Charlie Wirtz, Noah Stromsted, Rafael Camara. Yes, they got the former regional champion, Rafael Camara, the 19-year-old Ferrari back driver, in their team confirmed. Noah Stromsted, 6th in Formula Regional European. Solid job. I think it's a good pickup. The 17-year-old for Trident. Then the last driver, Charlie Verts, 22nd, a second-year driver, 18 years old. And an alright lineup. I think it's like one of those teams, like for the 4 in a row last year, we have one standout driver, and that's Kamara. Then you have a one smaller driver he could get some solid points with Noah Stromstead, and Charlie Verts, who's just kind of not making up the numbers, but I don't expect him to be fighting for the top like Rafael Kamara. Let me know if you think kind of what ones of the testing drivers, those ones outlined in yellow, are confirmed and will be confirmed by the end of the season. I'm sure there's going to be a few switches up. Maybe some of the drivers who missed out and were looking to F2 seats won't be able to get them, and we'll have to fall back down to F3 for one more year. I guess we'll have to see at the end of the season. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. I'm trying to hit 3,000 subscribers, so that would be great. Peace.